today we have this beautiful and handsome guys here, and they're going to introduce themselves. So, starting from here.
Alright, my name is Isaac Agumadi, also known as ICA. And thank you, Vanessa, for allowing me to be here.
I'm AISHAT. Taiwo.
I'm CHINEDU.
I'm Mitchell the Great.
I'm Zion. I'm Adrian. Everyone just calls me OVIE.
Hey.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about genotype. Sorry for cutting you guys in. Before we start the video, I would like to give you a summary of what genotype actually is, because I realized that in the video I didn't explain it well. Anyways, you can skip this discussion if you don't want to know what I'm saying, or you already know what genotype is. So genotype is actually the genetic makeup of a specific organism, that is the genes you carry from your parents. So we realized that anyways, that when you possess, like, you have a gene AS, and then like your significant other also has AS, you're more likely to produce like an offspring that has like a sickle cell anemia. So anyways, that is actually really scary and deadly for the child, because number one, the child continues to experience like a lot of pain. So anyways, that's what is leading to this discussion. So okay, back to the video. Thank you. And if you'd like to know more about genotype, I would put in a link of a video where you guys can be more informed about genotype. So thank you. Would you guys just stick with that person if you guys know that you guys have the same AS genotype? Would you stick to that person, or would you like move on? You know?
I didn't go for. Well, I was going to say love conquers all.
No?
Me personally, I wouldn't go checking, the blood genotype of my partner to be before I get married, because that's just doing too much. If you love the person, like, the love should be the most important thing. So even though you're going to have kids that might be SS and and all that, God is alive, and
Wow.
it doesn't mean because they are AS or SS that they will die or whatever. So if you love your partner, you love your family, and that love is strong, everything will be fine. So,
Amen.
No?
Amen.
And
No.
speaking like statistically, we're saying it's 25% of a chance. We're kind of ignoring the 75%. The majority says that they're not going to have sickle cell anemia, technically. So.
But it's better for you to be safe than sorry, because you know that that child is going to suffer, and you guys will also suffer with that child. So I think, no, you shouldn't be married for love. Love's not the only thing that...
I mean, for the most part, not even when you meet someone, that's not the first thing you ask, like, what's your blood type?
what's the exactly.
But here's the thing. So like, okay, so let's say like you're with this person, and like you're in that final stages before you get married, and that person finally tells you that their blood type is like AS, and you have AS. Like, I think it's honestly best, in order to save as many people as you can, to just stay away, because even though it's 25% chance, it's a 25% chance for each child. So even if it didn't work the first time, there's another chance that it's going to be on the other person.
Yeah.
So I just want to say something. When you have 4 or 5 children, there's going to be at least
Both of your parents are AS though, right?
Right.
So if they went with what you're saying, you probably wouldn't be here.
You won't be alive.
You have 2 other healthy brothers, so if you think about it, again with the statistics, if you had 4 kids, you have a chance of one of them having the disease, but again, you have a chance of none of them having the disease, and it's more leaned on none of them having the disease instead of one or all of them. So.
No.
Oh my God.
Why?
No, I would marry someone that have AS because I'm AS. I don't want to live my life in the hospital. I'm going to be a nurse, and I'm going to be in the hospital with work. So my family life, I don't want to live it in the hospital with my child regretting coming to life because I decided to marry someone who is also AS. No, I won't do that. No.
I mean, like, there's this, I can give an example of my uncle who actually was a victim of being a sickle cell. I mean, he lived almost his life in the hospital, and it was really terrible. Like, every time, he cries all the time, like, screaming at his dad, like, why did you do this to me? And it's really bad, though, seeing someone in such situation, in such position, and you don't even know what to do as a parent. But like, at the same time, you know, when you want to meet someone, you want to meet your partner, the first thing that comes to your mind is not gonna be like, what genotype are you, you know, but like you just fall in love and then you feel like, let's just
Me, the first day, I need to know your genotype. That's something about me. I have to know genotype.
Are you serious?
Like,
You also gotta think about like times back then are different than times now. We have medicine, treatments are now getting better. I'm sure by the time we all grow up and end up getting married, there'll be things that help like with the situation and help like go through life. It'll make it easier for us to have kids that actually have
well, you know, there's this thing that says prevention is better than the cure, you know, treatment and all that. You're spending money, you're wasting money.
But
those
it's
poor
chance,
people
though.
come
I mean, but it's on probability. There's no like set and so on stuff that says if you have a child with SS and they'll die tomorrow. No.
Well, let's look at the probability. So again, let's go back to the example with 4 children. All right, so you have 4 children. So 25, 25, 25, 25%. So 25% chance for each of them. So if that's the case, at least one of them for sure is going to have, because there was a family where my friend's dad was AS and their mom was AS, and they had 5 children. 2 out of the 5 had sickle cell. So I mean, there was a chance that at least one of them was going to have sickle cell, and they had known it previously. So I mean, really, it's on their hands that the sickle cell disease came. So that's like, you have to be cautious and careful if you're going to be marrying someone that has the same blood type as you, like AS and AS. Then you have to be careful how many children you're gonna have, because
you have to understand we're also not robots. Like we're human beings. If you're liking someone, if you're in love with someone, and you see yourself building a future with someone, your mind's not gonna turn off like that as soon as you find out what type of genotype.
But what about the aspect that someone lies about his genotype? You know, some people do that actually. Like they lie because they like you.
We'll go to the hospital together.
But I mean, you won't think of it in that way. You know?
No, if I'm getting married to you, you have to know, certain things about you.
Yeah, you cannot go to the hospital with him because believe him once he tells you, oh yeah, I'm AA, and then you just trust. Why would you just accept if you don't trust me?
It's not.
What do you think?
I would actually go to the hospital.
Come on,
well, in our generation today, I don't think that, like Isaac and like Junior said, when you're getting to the end of those dating stages, when you're about to get married, I don't think that's a question that's going to come up in our generation today. I don't think that's just something that happens.
Yeah.
But
so I think
in any generation
that's something that happens.
yeah, they do. That's what you have to do before you have to go get checked.
You need to check.
Whatever.
So
okay, but there's stages.
You give it to your pastor too. About that.
You give it to your pastor?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what they do. That's what they do. You give it to your pastor before you get married.
Hold up. What church?
I think it depends on the family though. Like some families would want you to bring your couple. The couples, whatever, the genotype people or something like that.
not even that, you have to like check other diseases,
do
like
polygraphs, make sure they're not lying.
you still need to check, like you go for
you do check. If you want to check,
so why would you marry the person?
Except you just married the person out of wedlock.
No.
But if you want to go through the normal wedding this thing, you have to check.
Yeah, you have to
have
Okay.
check.
Even here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
about
you're not
that.
getting my point though. Like say you've been dating the person for like 2-3 years, and then you'll then drop
Yeah, that's
then-
just the
Wait, hold up.
It's just
And then if the person has AS and AS, so would you just leave the person?
Yeah, you should.
No, you
That's
can't
the question. That's the
You can't
question.
just, of course, you can't just like leave the person like that.
Or
But
if
it's
something
something you know that
Let me
you
ask
can't
you a question.
work.
How about the people that we've dated? How many of us have asked, do you have this or this?
Yeah, because you don't have that. You haven't seen that person.
But like
long-term
not your
relationship.
partner, like your.
That's why I said
long
2
time.
years. Like you can't just leave. Like it means like if you don't leave the person, it means you never had feelings for the person or you never loved the person.
Well, you're thinking of the greater good. I'm telling you, like your children, your greater.
Star Wars.
Alright, wait. So if you believe in God, are you saying like God can't like work
Well,
something
you should
out?
also help. You should also help
God
yourself. You
helps
should.
help themselves.
I don't know that.
You need to.
Yeah.
That's the question. So like if you've dated for like 2 years and 3 years, like you said now, and then you realized, okay, both of you, your genotype are, odd and all that. are you gonna go ahead, like go on with the relationship, or you just break?
That's why I feel
because
like
of, you know, the future.
You don't marry him, someone else will.
Yeah, that's why I feel like
I
feel like you should, even before it takes like 2 years, you should know when you want to marry that person. You should know that, oh, this is the person I want to be with, and then during that process, maybe like 3 or 4 months, you should go check your genotype. That's what I feel.
but that's the thing. You're saying if they do have AS, that's a decision that we can make together and ending a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I don't think it happens nowadays.
It happens. It does happen.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, that's a very
If
large percentage.
it's in the beginning of a relationship where you find out their blood type, then that's a great time to like cut it off. But if it's if y'all like, for example, when you see someone who's been dating someone for like years and they've gotten engaged and everything, and that's when you find out that you both have AS, I really don't think they're gonna break off a relationship.
That's what we're arguing. Like,
It doesn't
already gotten
happen.
to
Yeah,
this
it
point.
doesn't happen.
It's
But you
not
know,
actually.
that's why we have this high risk of like sickness all around now. Like everywhere you see people, you see kids, children having these diseases, having this, yeah, exactly because of that.
Yeah.
People do not take it, in consideration, into consideration rather. People just like, okay, out of love, they want to go through. But at the same time, you have to look into that too, because that's very important. Look at the future of the people you're going to put into this,
The risk.
risk.
Because that child is going to suffer, like seriously.
Yeah.
And if a
Yeah.
house
I
is
think
in
we're
through sickness
arguing.
and health.
Yeah, what?
No, it's through your child. It's not your own sickness. Your child's sickness. It's your child that gets married.
How do you know your child gets sick when you're never married?
It's
I thought you know your genotype.
It is probably
Just be
everything
sick,
you do.
stay sick. That's
Everything you do.
I can decide to have one child.
Yeah, take the risk.
I can
In every
decide to have just 2 kids.
in everything.
So what if you now have
in
an SS child?
It's
Hold
God,
on,
man.
hold on.
So
Hold on. In everything you do, there's a probability of something bad.
So what you're saying
In Texas, isn't there the leading cause of death in Texas is car accident. Yeah, every single one of you hop up in the car and you take a drive.
So
to
what you're
every
saying
one-
basically
If
is
you guys are gonna argue prevention instead of a cure or something like that, what you're gonna prevent yourself from doing is driving it. I'm sure every single one of you got in the car and drove to this spot right here, knowing the risks of the type of roads we have in Texas, especially in Dallas. Anybody take 635?
But this one is
So-
like-
So what you're saying now is like take the risk no matter what you go, no matter
just
what
get
you
married,
do,
that's
just
what
take
I
it.
didn't say take those. I didn't say just in whatever you do, just go out and do. No, I'm saying there's a certain percentage of risk in everything you do.
Right.
Especially, for example, when you use the car thing, when you get out on the road, there's a percentage chance that you can get in a wreck. You can be distracted if you have a phone while you're driving, which most of us I know has a phone next to them when they're driving. There's a percentage. Your percent goes up for a car crash. Yet you guys go in the car every single day without thinking about it and going to whatever destination you're saying. So I'm saying when you're in a deep relationship with someone, and then that question of genotype comes up, and you find out whatever genotype they have, I don't think it should be a heavy weighing decision on whether you should continue a relationship that's already been going on for a long time.
Sure. To add on to CHINEDU, like another example would be like when you're passionate for something, especially like you're deep into the thing, 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna leave it just because something bad happens. Like if you're using probability, let's use sports for example. When you're really passionate in a sport, there is a high chance that you're probably gonna get injured somewhere in your career. Especially if you're playing professional, even in baseball, tennis, like golf for example. Tiger Woods hurt his back when he was playing golf. Everyone at some point is probably gonna get injured, but that still doesn't stop them from playing the sport. So when you now look at this, because they're passionate, when you look into a relationship, which is probably more serious than sports, and they're very intimate and deep into their relationship because marriage is not a joke. When you are gonna seriously consider that, something for example like sickle cell, when there's a 25% chance that person will have the disease, and there's a 75% chance they won't, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be no question they're still going to get married. Because they're that deep and that intimate into that stage.
I feel like, that's just selfish. I feel like it's selfish.
Amazing if you think about it.
Yeah.
75% to 25% in a relationship where you're about to take the next step in your life, so getting married, those odds are amazing if you think about it, to people who are about to, like...
Well, if you feel like you can go through the, thick and thin, through that thick and thin with your partner, all those things. So, no problem. Go ahead and take the risk.
To the point that CHINEDU made earlier, I think when he said, if I'm not going to marry them, someone else will, isn't it kind of selfish to think, oh, you have this, you have AS and I have AS, so let's not do this?
Because you're
Isn't that
thinking of
selfish
your
to
child.
kind of
It's
cut them off?
selfish to actually, like, your child is going to suffer for it, not you. Your child is going to feel that pain.
You also, you're going to
How
suffer
about
for
people
it,
that
though.
decided not to have kids? So it still means they should not marry?
Okay, if you don't have
someone
kids,
else?
fine. Maybe they want to adopt or anything, fine.
Yeah.
But to have children, huh?
So they other ways to have kids.
Yeah.
No, like apart from that, like
You're
this is
wrong.
2017. They have a bunch of technology that can like save your life or like,
Save your life. That's if you're rich. What about those support?
Hold up. You can just go like for kids. It's easy to save. Like it's easy to like know that you have sickle cell. So
Plus, it should be covered on your life insurance.
exactly, and then you're gonna fix that real quick. So once you give that to a child who has SS, I'm pretty sure it's easy to fix that.
And
Because
also,
Health
for
is
people who
more
are
important.
for people who aren't rich, why are you having kids if you
For
can't
people
afford
who are
having
not
kids?
right.
Okay, now you're saying
You can't afford,
back
you can't
to
afford
what-
to have, if you can't afford
Like-
to even have a kid in the first place, why are you having kids?
Because
back
having
to
kids
what
like
you're saying,
big-
back to
like
what
it's
Zion
not
was saying, that there are a lot of
children.
technology. Actually, yes, there are a lot of technology, but those technology and money, those things, maybe medications and all that to help the child, those are money. So what about those people who cannot afford it? What do you think about them?
Obamacare has kicked in. Everything is working
Oh,
for the good
okay.
of people.
Okay, but
Okay.
What about other places, other continents?
sickle cell has different. Sickle cell also has different stages of severity. I mean, like for when someone has, because I also know another person who has sickle cell. They have sickle cell and it still hasn't bothered them yet, and their life expectancy is probably going to be like 80, 70 years old. And like the fact that he can't perform in sports for a long period of time. He can't do this vigorous activity for just a long time. And when you look at that compared to someone else who's in deep trouble with sickle cell, I mean, for that to happen again is another probability. So you're just adding on more and more of a chance of sickle cell not really being a huge factor in someone's life.
Any ideal, after getting married, an ideal way of living life anyways, if you're planning to have kids, you're supposed to have some sort of savings or something to prepare you for the worst, because in any situation you can have a kid that goes out, plays sports, and he's injured himself, he has a paralysis or some type of injury for the rest of his life, so you're going to be in and out of the hospital dealing with things like that.
Right.
Or if they get in a car and they get in some type of crash, you're going to be in and out of the hospital for dealing with that. So and everything is supposed to have some type of savings to prepare for the worst, and if the worst doesn't happen, then you're good.
Okay, I think that's all. I still don't agree with what you guys are
Okay,
saying, but anyways,
yeah, we should just give their comments, their own
yeah. So
idea, what they think about it.
What do you think?
Subscribe and like anyways.
And share. Yeah.
Spam IC.
And also, you follow my Instagram photography page at Feel Real
Afro
Images.
6, Afro 6.
Oh,
Afro
and
6.
I'm going to the Witch Kid concert tonight.
hey guys, welcome to Let's Afro Talk. I'm Vanessa, and today we're going to talk about genotype. What's a genotype? Well, genotype is where
Are we going to introduce ourselves?
yeah.
Okay.
Genotype is about okay. So what's the question? Sorry.
Concerning probably like sickle cells and all that for the child, but yes, there's a stage.
Bye.